for over 20 years, I pioneered one of the most, I would say, brutal martial arts on the planet. As far as brutal training.
One of my clients, for example, went from million to billion-dollar deals in just 6 months working together, because the best way to create your ideal life is to channel it by connecting with your soul and listening, right? Because it's guiding you.
Without a doubt. And I think that most people in the world, hopefully, if they have an open mind, would admit that we all go through changes. And one of the purposes of life, I mean, I don't think it's really to just get a good education, make some money, have a family, and die, and that's all. What's really the point of that? That's been experienced enough by the all, or gods, if you will, over the millennia. But for us to come here and learn and to have experience, to have contrast, to have all the blacks and all the whites and all the shades of gray in between, and to really find this peace within ourselves. And I love how you help people do that. So I want to, you've worked with thousands of people all over the world. So when I ask this question, you, I think, will have a more broad and a more knowledgeable answer than a lot of my guests. What do you see as humanity's greatest potential in, say, the next decade?
What I see, it's the age of intuition, right? We're shifting from the age of information to intuition, because we're meant to actually return to that regulated nervous system where all of a sudden we can feel what someone else is feeling. We don't have to guess, right? We can understand and stop conflict from happening. And we can channel the most beautiful music and create the most beautiful artwork and get the answers from inside about so much that we want, and start sharing that between people, sharing experiences, right? It goes into shared group experiences where we could all journey together into a certain realm. And we're seeing this with autistic kids, right? There's these new tapes that have been released where nonverbal children that can't speak are all meeting, their souls are meeting, astral traveling in a certain place and communicating. And so we're seeing it's something innate, and we're reconnecting with something that we've been built in with from God for thousands of years, for countless years, however long we've been here. And so that's what I see is we're shifting into that new operating system, right? Just like it's like AI, but it's angelic intelligence. We're not needing that as much. We're actually our own AI too, where we can just be like, show me this, or give me a joke that will make this person laugh. I do that all the time. And that's why, I do comedy as well. It just comes through. You can actually command and make super conscious commands from the higher self, and it will allow healing to happen. It can bring in miracles, abundance, all sorts of things will happen. And it happens oftentimes very quickly, instantly, when we're unblocked, right? Because the blocks are the only reason it's not happening. It's not about, oh, how do I manifest it? It's like, no, we just got to remove you're pushing it away, and we're just not realizing it. And then all this stuff just automatically comes, because it's an automated system of infinite abundance in this realm for everyone. And we're just remembering that. We've just been programmed and learned an illusion that everyone's waking up from now, which is so beautiful. So that's what I see as the new operating system, while we also live in community. And so we're working on building a community and a retreat center. And this is really a beautiful time for people to reconnect, trust each other more, and collaborate.
What you just said there is really important for people to, hopefully you listen, everybody out there, what he just said as far as community. Now, here in America, it's a very different situation than, say, in India. In India, community and family is still very, very important, right? Families can be very, very tight and have huge families. In America, a lot of us are disjointed, or we seem separated when our elderly, instead of taking care of them in the home, we put them in a retirement home, or children are not listened to. They're better seen, not heard, kind of things. When we need to understand that child, whether it's an infant or a 5-year-old, has a soul that's just as infinite as yours as an adult. The only difference is their physical body is not in the same state. And the same thing goes with these nonverbal kids with autism. Their soul is infinite, unlimited, and eternal, the same as yours is. It is exactly the same. And it's not that they're not communicative, because their soul communicates on every frequency and level that there is. It's just their body's not able to. And so when you talk about these centers to bring people together in the sense of community, that's happening all over the world, Daniel. I can't even tell you how many people are getting funding. I've talked to 3 people today getting funding in the UK and in Guatemala and in Mexico to create conscious communities. And it's not communes like the hippies did. These are where everybody gets to contribute, but where you have people of a like mind and a like spirit who are coming together to make not just their life better, but the whole world better. And coming up, your Ascension retreat in Mexico in late February. This sounds beyond transformational. I'm going to say liberational. So, what inspired you to create this really unique, immersive experience?
Well, this is something that came through because this is what I always wanted. I wish that, we go through so much trauma and pain, and there's so many issues we have. And how would it feel to just arrive in the most beautiful place on earth and be surrounded not by one, but, maybe 10 different master teachers that can support you based off what you need. And you just learn to relax your nervous system and also celebrate, have fun, and actually feel at home, where you're connected and we're playing games and we're celebrating and learning to sing even if you want, and playing music and celebrating together. And this is how tribes actually work. When someone has an issue, everyone creates a circle and they send love and make sure it's healed before they go on with their day. But in our society, we just keep, so much stuff happens, we keep holding it in and it just stacks. So this is about, let's go all the way and just let all of it out, be supported, and keep celebrating. Because every night they would celebrate, right, and do ceremonies. It would just move the energy and anchor in the fact that you're powerful, that you're free, and really just download and stabilize those frequencies that we need to anchor in the new self, the true self, so that we leave magnetizing what we want instead of what we don't want. And so it's really that dream of how would it feel like to go to, the inner earth, or this Shambhala, right? This place in the heavens, and your long lost soul family. And that's actually the experience that we've crafted with so many different surprises and experiences, including really ancient rituals that we're recreating, right? From the temples in ancient Egypt and Greece and the mystery schools, where people are actually initiated. It's not just like, here's a workshop, you're gone, or here's a lesson. It's like, you get to actually get freed in your body in different ways and actually learn to move and alchemize it so it never comes back. So you actually just completely have that rebirth experience, which is what actually I think a lot of us never got with the rite of passages that were designed to happen throughout our life that we never had to be initiated, which is what we need to really reconnect with our strength to actually move past the trauma and into the story of a more beautiful world.
Wow, that hits. That hits because, especially here in America and in India, it's different. There are rites of passages. There are these milestones and markers. Say in the Jewish religion, there's the bat mitzvah or the bar mitzvah. Okay, but here in America, it's kind of a free for all for the most part. And maybe you graduate from high school or college, and that's your initiation. I chose martial arts to go through these different ranks to attune myself in these different ways. But a lot of people have never ever had that. And so, you explained a lot of the unique practices and the experiences that people can look forward to at this retreat. And, I'm so excited. I can't even tell you how excited I am to be a part of this, not only as one of the teachers, but also, most importantly, as one of the students, to learn from you and the other masters who are there. And I know that this is going to combine a lot of cutting edge spiritual practices with the ancient teachings. So when it comes down to the cutting edge things that you've created and you're working with now and these ancient teachings, how do those two come together to create like really lasting transformation?
Well, we have a series of rituals that it's an arc that when we combine, we've seen just so much transformation happen in our past retreats and our courses, where people, triple their income or heal radical things they've had for decades. And it comes from, the different stages of purification and also reconnecting with the divine energies and really stabilizing it and reconnecting with a new frame or story or perspective. And then at the end, we stabilize that by shifting timelines and really learning how to download that new frequency and how to hold it and stabilize it with these initiations, which from ancient times were used to actually just completely transform someone, that a lot of us have lost how to do, because we do therapy for years, we process up here, but it doesn't stick in our bodies, right? In our biofields, our nervous system. So we also have a nervous system master coming that's teaching us and getting us to a place where we're just feeling fully safe, maybe for the first time for most of us. And then once that unwinds, it doesn't come back, because what happens is the nervous system, when it creates these blocks, it knows that it's temporary. It's waiting for a time when you're an adult to heal it. And so once it unwinds, it knows, okay, this is actually where we're meant to be now. And so it's just about getting to that place. And most people never get that deep because they don't work with the deepest levels of the nervous system and the energetic field. And so that's what we actually focus on, and we track every day, and we get a lot of one-on-one attention because we have so many different teachers to student ratio. It's really, almost half and half with all the facilitators we have. So it's really unlike anything else, where you just get a lot of one-on-one support. It's kind of like reparenting yourself with a family that you never had, really. That's the vision that we have. We just pour in so much love into it so that the nervous system knows, oh, this is how we interact now and filter energy. And then it goes out really just as a completely new being.
And I am so excited to attend this. And, there's a lot of us who, if you go to a workshop, a lot of time you might be there with somebody they're like, I'm newly certified and I'm going to teach you. And that's great. They're getting their feet wet. They're really cutting their teeth. They're learning how to teach. But at this, and when I look at the lineup with Musa, with Rohini, with you, with myself, and I'm just going, there's like at least 120 years worth of professional teaching experience just in the four of us.
Yeah.
Holy cow. And this is when you're around people that have devoted not just their life, but had it be their entire life's mission and put every ounce of their soul into that. There's the saying that those who can't do teach. That's not true. Those who are teaching are the ones who have mastered the doing. That's an important distinction, because not everybody who does can possibly impart the information. But the people who impart the information are the ones who can do it at the best level. You wouldn't have a cardiac surgeon at Yale University, right? You wouldn't have like, I've never operated on a heart before. No, they're the ones who have been in the trenches, who have done some of the most advanced surgeries that there are, and they're so good, and they can help other people learn so well that now they're a professor. This is really going to be a gathering of the professors to have other people come learn. I think it's like a Hogwarts college, right? Like we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So for those people who are considering attending this retreat in Playa del Carmen, Mexico in February, what kind of personal breakthroughs would you say that they can expect from this retreat? Not just from Dreamporting, but from all of us.
Well, it's just, finding on the first couple of days, what are the blocks? What are the roots, the root cause? We go all the way down to the root to pull it out and to actually alchemize it. And you leave with a clear roadmap. You're a new being. We also have a lot of abundance activations with abundance masters. So it's about really your magnetic field is completely transformed to attract what you want. You have a completely clear vision of your future. You have some lifelong new friends, sometimes even partners come out of it. We have a lot of, it seems like every time at least two people fall in love. I don't know why, but it's so not making any promises, but it's just the power of community, right? You get the community and you get your life force back. A lot of people, we do before and after photos often after 3 days, and it's like their soul came back. They look 10 years younger. They're just beautiful. It's like, wow. And this is, we actually have, it's a 7-day retreat followed by an optional 5-day master retreat on top of that. So this is designed as like actually living in community, and you get to actually get that fully integrated into your system. So those are just a few of the many things. Of course, you get certified if you'd like to. It's optional in becoming a Dreamporting practitioner or a master Dreamporting practitioner. And so for those that want to share, or already are having a practice to share healing and guidance and coaching, This is a way to radically scale and master these skills to bring a lot of abundance and a lot more impact to those you love and more clients, because this is such a powerful methodology. So it's also about really allowing yourself to upgrade, and if you want, share it with the world, or it could just be for yourself.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And when you share it with yourself, you also share it with the world by who you're being and who you're broadcasting that light. You're attracting greater things, and you're also broadcasting greater things. So Daniel, how can all these people who are listening and watching right now, how can they find out more about Dreamporting, about the retreat, and more about you?
Yes. So Instagram is an easy way you can message me for any questions you have. If you want to chat, it's at Daniel Raphael, Raphael, and then the number 1. Or you can go to dreamporting.com. So the retreat is dreamporting.com/Mexico. And we also have the Academy, which you can join for free with hundreds of our classes and ways where you can transform and get a taste of these instant transformations that happen. We actually transmit energy through the intention. So even though you're watching it maybe on a screen, a lot of people, we actually did a test, 96% of people feel a transformative energy transmission, which allows them to just get visuals for the first time, or just unlock and release all trauma, or finally unmove some energy. So it's a really beautiful thing, and I wish you the best in enjoying it and the best success in your transformation.
That's so beautiful, Daniel. Thank you so much for being here today, for sharing your wisdom, for sharing your love, for sharing your light with so many people who are out there watching and listening right now. Whether you're seeing this as it premieres or you're seeing this a year from now and you're not able to make it to the retreat, just know that this is an individual who, he may not know you, but he definitely loves you and he wants you to have the very best life possible. So definitely look at his website, dreamporting.com. Look at what he has to offer. It's definitely been a huge benefit to my life and thousands of people, and I know it will be for yours too. Daniel, thank you again so much for being here. And for everybody out there, make sure that you ring the bell, you subscribe, you like, share, comment on this video. Spread this word for the Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. We are all in this together, and we're making it better one by one. So with that said, I'd like to say all the love and power to you, my friends. Have a great night, a great day, a great morning, a great now on purpose. Hey, my friends, what an incredible journey we've shared today. If you felt even a spark of inspiration or power, don't let it stop here. Take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this with someone who needs it. Seriously, think of just one person who could benefit from what you've experienced today. Because together, we're building something so much bigger than ourselves. This is more than a show. It's a movement, a space where leaders, visionaries, and seekers like you come to transform, elevate, and align. So don't just follow, become a part of the community. Subscribe to the PMC YouTube channel and follow the I Am Integrated Ascension method everywhere you can. And let's create something extraordinary together. I'm truly excited to share with you your next step to transformation. So head over to iampure.energy and sign up for my free Perfect Breath class. You'll unlock the secret to mastering your breath, your energy, and ultimately your life. And for those who are ready to go deeper, our masterclass and weekly sessions are waiting to take you to that next level. Make sure that you're here next week because, as always, I'll be sitting down with another world-changing guest, someone who will blow your mind and give you tools to rise even higher. And don't come alone. Invite your friends, your team, or anyone who's ready to grow. And let's expand this circle of impact one breath at a time. Until then, remember, your potential is limitless. Your power is real. And it all begins with a single breath. Together, we're creating the future. I'll see you next time, my friend. Together we rise. See you soon.